Welcome back, everybody. Robert with Occupancy Boost. In today's video, I'm going to overview a new feature in the Booking.com extranet called Peer Group Comparison. This is a new feature that Booking.com just rolled out that allows you property owners and managers to compare their property against 25 hotels that are most similar to theirs with respects to revenue, placement, and reviews. Stay tuned. I'm going to switch screens. I'm going to show you peer group comparison and a lot more. Okay, we're in the Booking.com extranet, of course, and the tab that you want to go to here, we're going to go to the Sales Statistics tab, Sales Statistics. So let's click on that. And over in this tab, you can see that you can compare your property, how well your property's doing, to other properties in the area, like your competitive set, or in this case, your peer group. And your sales statistics is just basically your sales. You can compare your sales to a group of other properties, like I said, your competitive set, or to your peer group, which we're going to go over today. And your peer group, if you go to this drop down here, you can see what you can compare to last year, your competitive set, your peer group, or your market. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is Booking.com just started this peer group. They just upgraded this for hotels to have a better comparison. I always suggest that hotels use their competitive set also, because those are the hotels that you choose, or the properties you choose, in order to compare yourself against. I did a video on this, and I'm showing it in the screen here. This is a video I did. If you want to see a little bit more in depth about comparing yourself to your competitive set, and a little bit more depth into this analytics tab here, watch this video. I did this a while back, and it'll give you some good insight into what I'm going to talk about here today. But at that time, we did not have this peer group. So competitive set, this hotel is actually closed. It's been closed for a while. That's why I'm using it in this video for an example. But when you compare yourself on the analytics tab, analytics kind of gives you a breakdown of how your revenue did. You can compare your revenue against your competitors. So we can go back here, and let's just go back to the beginning of the year. We're in September of 2025 right now. We're going to go to January, and we're actually going to compare ourselves against our competitive set. Let's see how this hotel did before they closed down compared to the competitive set. So you can see here, you've got your hotel here, the hotel that your hotel is represented in this dark blue. The light blue is your competitors, or anything we're comparing against. So you can see in February, this hotel did really well. In January, not so good. February did well. March, not so good against the competitors. And then April, not so good again. So they had a really good February. So this is kind of something you want to look at every month. And then when you compare yourself against your competitors, also breaks down into room nights, revenue, and your average daily rate. So it kind of gives you a breakdown of everything compared against your competitors. In the past, you could compare against your peer group, but they've upgraded this. So let's go to that right now. Let's go to peer group. Now, when you compare yourself against your peer group, you can see the numbers change a little bit here. The hotel's still not performing. It performed really well in February, but the other months it did not perform, but the numbers changed and the comparisons changed a little bit. Honestly, in my opinion, like I said, you should put your competitive set in here, but you should also look at this peer group also, because when I scroll down at the bottom here, let's just read a little bit about what this means with the peer group. Now, I took a screenshot of this before the video so I could have this showing for you guys so I could easily pull it up. This is a drop down that came. It says Smarter Peer Group. We now use traveler clicks and bookings to recommend your peer group. This gives you a more accurate, relevant set of properties tailored to your property. So your peer group, basically, the way they're choosing this is they're choosing it based on, how many times or how travelers are clicking it compared against your property, and then the number of bookings the property gets. And they're comparing against other things too, like the size of the properties, maybe a little bit about, maybe the review scores, the brand and that type of thing. But they're using what feedback they get or analytics they get back from the customers. They're using that to formulate your peer group as well. So this is basically, let's go see what the peer group looks like for this property. So if I scroll back down here now and I go to peer group, and it's 25 comparable properties in your market ranked by similarity. So they're saying that these properties here in order are how your hotel, so your hotel compares best against the first one, and then it goes down from there through 25. But this is how they compare your hotel. So you really, what you want to do every month is look at your analytics tab, and you want to compare, you want to look at your peer group, and you want to see how you compare yourself, how your hotel compares against your peer group. Now, you also want to do your competitive set, and you have to set this up yourself. So competitive set right here is the properties that you choose, and that's 10 properties that you get to choose. Now, you have to choose these. The system does not do them for you like the peer group, but you choose these properties to compare yourself against. So now at the end of the month, when you're checking your analytics, you've got two different sets of properties to compare yourself against. You've got your peer group, and you've got your competitive set. And it also gives you some information, more information up here about your peer group, and they tell you, you know, this has just been rolled out. It says we've improved how we recommend your peer group by using what travelers click and book while browsing your property and similar properties as well. This group uses real traveler behavior and refreshes monthly to keep your comparisons accurate and relevant. So the good thing about this is they go through, and if they feel like a property is not a good comparison against you, or maybe the property dropped out of the system, or they shut their hotel off for whatever reason, they will put a new property in its place. And they also, there's other areas that this peer group also is going to show up for you in the analytics tab. You know, if we go to this analytics drop down again and we go to book window information, now I did a video on this as well, so I'm showing that on the screen. This is a really important tab for you to look at also once a month. So when you look at your analytics tab, you should also look at your book window information tab as well. That'll give you really good information on what promotions you should be running for your property, where your deficiencies are in your market. And it basically gives you a comparison on your reservations between the same thing that was under the analytics tab, your last year, your competitive set, or your peer group. So you want to compare yourself on your peer group under your book window information. Again, that's book window information tab. And you want to see, you know, how your hotel compares on your reservations against your peer group. And again, that'll tell you which promotions under this promotions tab here you should open up and run for your property. Okay, that's all I have for today, guys. If you like this video, please click the like button, and please subscribe to my channel and share this video. I've got more videos coming out in the future on all the ins and outs of the extranets and a lot more. Thanks a lot, and thanks for subscribing.